Very good evening, folks. I hope you can all hear me loud and clear tonight. I just want to apologise. I didn't get on yesterday. I was out for the game, as you've probably seen my YouTube shorts of me out in the Brazen Head in Glasgow. Rangers 2, Celtic 2. Celtic are still in the title race by the skin of their teeth. And look, it was a really good performance in the second half. The first half, we were atrocious. We couldn't even get out of our own half. It really is a game of two halves at times. But obviously Martin O'Neill, Sean Maloney, Fozzie must have just motivated them boys in the dressing rooms and saying that there's enough that we can crawl ourselves back into this. Let me know what this sounds like. Obviously this microphone's been up and down. So hope you talk about the Casper situation. The whole situation with Casper Michael, obviously let's move this camera a little bit. Just for a little second. Situation where why is that thing going on in the background? 2 seconds. Yeah. Don't want to be getting done for any copyright thing. Baz on the telly, giving it the socks, giving the absolute shocks. But yeah. Look, Kasper Schmeichel's been dropped. I think it's the best decision you could do regards to his performances lately. He's just obviously he looks like he's had to put on a bit of weight over the last year as well. He's not getting down to the balls quick enough. He's not commanding his box. And I think with Sinisalo, it's been great to see Sinisalo obviously getting in the sticks. Look, the defending yesterday for the both goals were atrocious. Obviously didn't close down the Rangers players for the cross in, and then the Dane Murray error as well for the second goal. But I just had that dreaded feeling, especially like they had the momentum. They were hungry. They were up for it. You know, we just Oxlade Chamberlain looked like a lost soul in the middle of that pitch. Murray looked lost in the first half. Scales just looked frustrated. McGregor, I thought he was poor in the first half, but obviously in the second half he picked it up. And look at the squad got there. They got there, and I know I said on the podcast the other night, if we leave Ibrox with a draw, in my eyes, it ain't good enough unless we go down to 10 men. It felt like, you know what, seeing 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 the performance in the second half, you know, I take the point. We're still in it. It's a four-horse race now. Motherwell winning the weekend. Obviously, the Motherwell manager was at Ibrox yesterday. But yeah, how's everyone getting on? Hope you're doing well, Niall. Hope you're doing good. How's it going, Leona, as well? It's good to see people tuning in from all over the place. Hello to everyone over on Facebook. Please subscribe to the channel as well on YouTube. Be really appreciated. And to the folks that I bumped into yesterday in the Brazen Head that said they watched the podcast, thank you very much as well. Really appreciate it. As I said, I try to do as much videos as I can. Good day yesterday. Obviously, the first half was just brutal, but you know, we're still in it, by the skin of our teeth. We all know what's ahead. What I'm gonna do tonight is I am gonna go through every single player's performance, and I'm not really gonna talk too much in depth about this coming Sunday. I want to talk about Badodry on Wednesday night. Take every game as it comes because there's no point thinking about the cup game on Sunday. We need to. It's about the bread and butter. It's about the league. You know, it's about the league. You know, it will be amazing if we can go there on Sunday and, you know, change a bit of personnel because I'm gonna go through every single player's performance anyway on this now in a couple of minutes. But it's just my concerns is we're relying on defenders and midfielders to get us goals while we just don't have the firepower up front. And you gotta have the firepower everywhere. You gotta have the hunger. And if you don't have that, that's a concerning factor for us, you know. I'm from Ireland near Derry. Fantastic to see. Hope you and the hubby as a boyfriend and the daughter having a good time there. Got a good feeling we'll knock them out of cup. Full stand for away fans. Rangers will crumble. They obviously threw everything at us in the first half, and as I said, if they scored the third goal, I think it would have been curtains closed. We all seen Danny Roll as well. He was raging. I'm at just rooting up a couple of pictures as well. Obviously Martin O'Neill yesterday at the end, getting into the midst of things as well. There's the equaliser there, Rio HATATE. Obviously, we'll go through the goals as well. And then there's this picture as well. Absolute cracker. Raho winding up more than winding up Raskin was absolutely brilliant. Great to see. Look at the passion from Martin as well. Unbelievable passion. Absolutely class as well. But I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied with it. Even though I wanted 3 points, we all wanted 3 points, but it's just the mentality of getting back into the game, the introduction of Rio HATATE, Sebastian Tanecki, McCowan. It gave a different dynamic. Some players yesterday just looked like the occasion rattled them. And it shouldn't be that way. But yeah, optimism. We need to win this game in hand on Sunday night. So let's go through it. Let's not bore you. Get the questions in. Get any question you want in. As I said, drop Casper Schmeichel. Keep him dropped, and rely on Sinisalo or Doohan as well. We will win at the Piggery, then beat them at Ibrox. Just take one game at a time. That's it. That's all you can do. Don't think too far, because what'll happen is you'll let that on your brain circulate. And if we were to lose on Sunday, you'll be boasting yourself up and you'll be like, fuck's sake, I shouldn't even thought that far. Just see how we get on Wednesday night. Aberdeen obviously haven't won in 4 games. So 4 games in a row, they've been defeats. We need to go there and beat them, honestly. If we don't beat Aberdeen on Wednesday night, close the curtains. It's done. It's done. Mentality. We have this game in hand. We can go second place as well. And then we can go 5 points behind Hearts. 5 points. So, let's see. How's it going, Rangers? Let's see. The general consensus among Rangers fans is Celtic have won the game. None of us are confident about next week. I seen a clip on Super Scoreboard of a fan going mad saying that Danny Rose should be sacked. Did you not like he's our second in the league at the moment? It's not like he's are completely out of a title race. Like, yeah, Rangers came out and played well in the first half, and look, the first goal was a cracking goal. Hate to say it was a nice goal, good technique, but they were up for it. Raskin and all of them were up for it. And then obviously, I don't know if it was just cockiness or they wanted to sit back on the ball in the second half, but Celtic got into it and Celtic looked really good. Really good. Was it a handball? 100% it was a handball. No question about it. If he wasn't there, if Sterling wasn't there, my header, that would have been in the back of the net. Looks like it was going more left to the goal than anything else. But look at, Butland played well for you at times, but I just think Celtic will have a bit of optimism on the Ibrox. And I'm not being cocky and saying, "Oh, we're going to go over there and hammer them." I don't think. I think it will be. I think both teams will sit back a little bit more and that they'll learn for the game on Sunday. But Celtic do need to make a couple of changes in the midfield. I just thought Nygren. I said this the other night, folks, on the channel. Nygren doesn't have the physicality to battle in that midfield, and that's a concern. It was a fantastic cross by Nygren for Tierney's goal, but I just thought he overall had a poor game. I just didn't think he was in it, to be honest. As I said this already, he needs to play more. He needs to be playing behind the striker, right behind the striker, or playing on the wing, because that's where he's more effective. But yeah, we'll go into it. I'm going to share the screen anyway. Look at fair play, Ryan. You're not coming on and you're not being a bit of a dope. You're just being honest. Fair play. Cheers for reading my comments. That's it. Someone actually being decent. Good to see. At the end of the day, we're all human beings. I know there can be better people out there and people talk down on each other, but look, at the end of the day, it's good to see that he's coming from the Rangers perspective that, yeah, they did feel like they lost the game. And I would feel like you lose a game. I go back to that 3-3 game at Ibrox, and I felt like Celtic lost that game because the way it ended and stuff. But sometimes drawing can be a pain in the teeth, especially when you're dominant and you're up 2-0, and then you get to your rivals and then you let them back in the game in the dying embers. But look, there's no dispute about it. As I said, it was a stonewall penalty. I'm I thought fair enough beaten. I thought, you know what, John Beaton, right? As much as I rip him apart, I thought he actually officiated the game in the second half quite well. I did think in the first half Celtic could have had a penalty. There was a lot scales got ripped down early enough in the game, but look, he didn't give it, didn't review it. Simple as. Simple as. And let's go to the comments. Natalie's always in contributing. Good stuff, Natalie. I hope you're doing well. I can't believe Iheanacho want Manchester training. I thought he went to Manchester for training, did he? Look, he's on 30 grand a week stealing wage. Like there's too many players in that Celtic squad that are stealing wages. It's just shocking. I thought I'd put this jersey on tonight as well. Something different. Hail from Monaghan. How's it going on Monaghan? That is exactly me. Just love football. No hatred for me. Rivalry or not. I respect my fellow fans. Cheers. That's it. At the end of the day, we all have different beliefs, support different clubs, but we're all in it for one thing. We love watching football. Get me wrong, I struggled to watch Premier League football. Like after the game yesterday in the pub, they had the Man U game on. I'm just sitting there. I'm like, Jesus Christ! You've got these people in Old Trafford with cameras out, and then you look at the Glasgow derby, and you see them just going at each other. The fans going at each other. You know that intensity, and that's what I missed about the derbies. I missed that. No way support. I think it makes the spectacle more enjoyable, especially for the players. So, like for example, obviously Celtics on yesterday, Tierney, like looking at the fans saying, "Come on, we're not out of this just yet," that kind of stuff. I'll be honest with you, I think Tierney he's been very underwhelming this season. Some of his deliveries has been top class, but I think physicality has not been there with Tierney at times. He's like he doubts himself, doubts his ability of getting stuck in. What top is that? That is a belter. That is the Celtic USA where I got that during the summer before this whole campaign was introduced about not another penny. I got that for Santa Ponza. I hope you're doing well up in Bergen, my Norwegian friend. Hope you're doing good. I was actually going to wear a Columbus Crew jersey for the laugh, and I was like, "No, Will for Nancy Buzz, you're killing you." But let's go on. Let's look at this, right? Let's look. Hope everyone's doing well. Please subscribe to the channel as well. Be really appreciated. As I said, more subscribers, the better. I'm sorry I didn't get on last night, folks. I was extremely, extremely drunk. Like I had 7 points against, I think. And then someone bought me a Venom in the pub. And then I got the Venom into me, and then it was blur. And then I went back to a pub for a drink. It was a mixed pub. And the woman behind the bar was like to me, "Oh, you can't be wearing your colours, blah blah blah. I don't want you going up there. They're all Rangers fans." I actually spoke to a lad and I was chatting away to him, and he even said it. He was actually at the game and he was like to me, I felt like he was on much better in the second half. I thought you were actually going to go on to win it, to be honest. But I don't think I think Rangers have gone back down to earth now and realised that, you know what, you had a chance to beat Celtic yesterday and, develop a little gap. But, it's wide open. It's as much as Celtic fans as it's difficult being third in the league at the moment with this game in hand. Scottish football's wide open. Motherwell are still winning. They're on fire as well. So let's go on. Let's talk about every single player from the back to the front. Carp. Let's see. Nice top. It's like a baseball jersey, yeah. Forget him. Why is he here? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If he's saying anything bad, I just mute him. Simple. Doesn't bother me at the end of the day, I'll call it as it is. Right, so let's go on. Let's do this. So Sinan Salo, couldn't do much with it too. The first goal was a cracker. The second goal is the positioning. Obviously, he was going left, and then obviously the bit of the scuffle with Harajo and then Dane Murray's flop of trying to clear the ball. But Sinan Salo, he has to stay in goal for Wednesday night for the rest of the season. Tierney, 7.4. He looked frustrated when he was coming off. It was a nice goal. Overall, I thought he wasn't the most comprehensive Kieran Tierney performance I've ever seen. But give him the credit's due. He was there. He was a vital part of getting Bellows back into the game and, take that into the chin. But he needs to be more physical. Liam Scales, 7.3. Scales was good in the second half. I thought he read the ball quite well. I think the first half he was rattled. He just looked like he was going to give away. At one point I was thinking, he's going to get sent off. He's all over the shop, looked like a bag of nails at that point. But the second, I think he calmed down Murray, got Murray together. Look at Dan Murray, second half was a little bit better. First half, it was outrageous. It was as bad as Tynecastle, to be honest with you. Felt sorry for the lad because obviously having a good performance over in Stuttgart, but the occasion could rattle these players, and this is what happens. Oxlade-Chamberlain, I'm sorry, but he was poor. He was bullied off the ball. He just looked like he's lacking that fitness big time. I wouldn't start him on Sunday. I would definitely start him against Aberdeen. I think you need to get the minutes up there. Callum McGregor, first half, obviously he was part of the fault for the first goal. Should have cleared it out instead of literally giving it back. And then obviously they scored from it. Develop of that play. I thought in the second half, I thought he played really well. He obviously got to spur the team up, and that was good to see. Benjamin Negrin, obviously his assist was good, but I just thought he didn't play great. Did not think he played great at all. I just thought he was all over the shop, completely all over the shop. He just looked like he was lost at times in the game. But as I said, you need to play him right behind the striker or play on the wing. Yang, I thought Yang was poor. The only thing that Yang actually done in the game, two things Yang done, two decent slide tackles I can remember of Yang. Adamu wasted for shorts. I know he's up there on his own and he's trying, and not enough ball to him as well, to be honest with you. In the first half, we didn't have a lot of possession. We were just literally, it was like we were forced in a corner at points in the game, and it was brutal. But Days and Maeda is just not, he's not Days and Maeda. It's just, I know obviously a tactical change. Taneki came on, Maeda went up front, Adamu came off, but he's not doing the hard yards that he used to do. And that's concerning. And that's concerning for me. Any of our strikers that we have right now, Iheanacho, Maeda, Adamu, Big Tom, it's just there's not, you can't turn around and have a conversation with someone and say, we need to start him. We really need to start him. Why'd you drop him? You should be having the opposite conversation, saying, right, this guy's getting goals in. You can't drop him. We're having the opposite. We don't have players up front that's producing them goods, So bit concerning. Let's look at the bench. Obviously, Rio HATATE came on. I thought Rio HATATE, I've been very, very critical of Rio HATATE in recent times. I still feel like he's a waste of a jersey at times. I think he hasn't put the hunger and desire in. But yesterday, he turned the corner. Massively turned the corner. Even over in Stuttgart, I thought the way he collected the ball and tried to change the game as well in Stuttgart. But I thought he was excellent yesterday. You could see there was a bit of fight with Rio HATATE. He shot him out to the box. Having the mentality to go up and take the penalty. Yes, he did miss the penalty, but he put the ball in the back of the net, and that's the most important thing. I think you could just see that when he was coming on, he knew that he's like, you know what, I gotta come on and actually show I'm worth my wages. Show that people are writing me off. I'm not fully checked out just yet. I think a lot of us feel like he's checked out, but if he can turn a corner, as I said the other night, folks, on the channel, Rio HATATE has 10 games to try to get himself into any consideration of a Japan World Cup squad. So don't write him off completely just yet. Do I feel like he's 80% checked out this season? Definitely think he's there. I think the hunger hasn't been there. But yesterday, that's a big goal for him. That's a big goal. That's a big confidence. I thought Sarachi played all right when he came on. I just want to see if the sound is okay. How's it going, Peter? I hope you're doing well. Folks, I just can't see the comments at the moment because I'm literally just I'm just like literally look on this webpage. So I'll get on to the comments in a second. Um, Luke McCown, he had a chance straight at Butland. He looked like he was hungry for it. But Taneki, I thought Taneki was pretty decent. I think he should have had a better rating. Probably would have said a 7.2. Just think he looked, you could just see that he actually had a spark. He looked more direct when he got on the ball. He was taking players off. His link up plays well. He looked like he was up for it. And I have to give Taneki a bit of praise. But I think the subs made a big difference. I don't think if you kept some of them players on longer than it was, we wouldn't got back into the game. So Taneki, yeah, played well. HATATE played well. He changed the game, I think, in my eyes. James Forrest came on 85 minutes. Obviously, James's cross was crucial towards that penalty. So that's really it. Regards to the bench, we'll go back onto the comments, see how everyone's feeling. I just want to pull up the table before we actually go any further actually on the podcast as well. But yeah, I'm dying with a hangover today, folks. Absolutely dying with a hangover. Going into work this morning, roughest toast. Oh. So as we see the table, folks, I'm going to zoom this in a little bit. So, Jesus, not that too far. right into it. I was like, what's going on here? So Hearts have Kilmarnock next, away in Kilmarnock. Neil McCann's going to bend over for them, let's be honest. There's not a chance, Rangers have St. Mirren away on the 15th of March. There's an international break coming up at the end of the month. So obviously the Cup as well. When are they playing Kilmarnock? Are they playing Kilmarnock on the 14th of March? We have Aberdeen, obviously, Wednesday. I was going to say tomorrow. And then Motherwell are away to Dundee. So they're playing them on the 7th of March. Is that in the Cup? Oh, no, they're out of the Cup. So the 7th of March. Let me see. This weekend. So yeah, crazy. Absolutely crazy. So realistically, we're playing the weekend and Motherwell could go ahead of us if we were to lose this game on Wednesday night. Madness. Absolute madness. They could actually go ahead of us with goal difference if we were to draw on Wednesday night. Oh, we'll see what happens. See what happens if they beat Dundee. But it's wide open, folks. Yes, a lot of us would have loved 3 points, and I was hungry for 3 points. But the way we played and got back into it to salvage a crucial point in this, and that point could be big at the end of the season. We're still holding by hope, I would say. The ability's there with the players, but it's the mentality that you need. You need, like, them boys should be going out now on Wednesday night and be like, right, let's hockey Aberdeen. Look at Aberdeen's recent form. What was it? They drew to Dundee a few weeks ago. I thought they actually lost 4 games in a row. But look at that form. Like, it's absolutely outrageous. We should be banging out and beating them. They could be in a relegation battle the way the things are going at this rate, Aberdeen. But yes, they lost their Hearts 1-0 in Tynecastle, but it doesn't matter. Teams like that keep plucking away 1-0. It's going to be hard to get back into it. But the most important thing is we have Hearts at home, we have Rangers at home. We've Dundee before the split. Motherwell. Motherwell before the split. That's going to be a hard one. I think Motherwell will be looking at these teams and be like, what, we'll fancy our chances. They've only conceded 18 goals all season as well, folks, which is a big concern as well. Right, let's go through the comments. Let's see what you're all saying. We need to win on Wednesday. We need to win well on Wednesday, then get set right up for Sunday. It's not even winning well. It's just getting the 3 points. It's going out there and just getting the 3 points, which is the most important thing, Yeah, I understand what you're saying, like, get stuck in and whatever, but get 2 or 3-0 victory. But you can't always expect that with Celtic. Defo drop Casper 100%. Paradise Hotel, You Never Walk Alone champions. See what happens. Not over till the fat lady sings. Hello to my good friend Peter from the St. Lawrence's Drogheda CSC. Great set of lads up there. How are you, Keith? Keith, though, great fight back yesterday. Shouldn't be in that position. We need a big performance against Aberdeen. I thought Rio HATATE was more of his old self. 100%. I thought he looked at a bit of fire in the belly. Celtic 5 in a row. Here we go. Luke needs to start. I think he should start on Wednesday at Pataudry, you know. Oh, it'll be unbelievable if we to win it. As I said, this is the best title race for Celtic fans since 2007 to 2008. Good evening, Jim. Great to see you in. Looking forward to Sunday with 7,500 of us in the Brownlawn doing the woohoo when our team comes out before simply the best, then going into their half. Well, look, it was funny yesterday because when I was sitting in the pub, all the Celtic fans started singing "Simply the Best." I was like, "What?" I started singing with them for the laugh. But no, I feel okay. Could be coming on to this podcast tonight moaning if we were beaten. I could be coming on absolute raging. I could be coming on and be like, the league's done. We're shy, blah, blah, blah. But it's not. It's not. We survive for another day and hopefully it could be a turn or something. You know, we need a confident win, a few goals. We haven't won in 2 games. This needs a turnaround, hopefully 3 or 4. It's a great point, Andrew. I hope you're doing well, Andrew, by the way. It would be amazing if we can turn it around. Obviously, 2 league games, losing the Hibs at home and then drawing to them. But look, we got Kilmarnock. Here's this. What do you mean we got Kilmarnock? What's about Kilmarnock? Yeah, look, that game against Kilmarnock obviously was a big statement as well. But what you do want to talk about in a bit more depth is this guy. I really, really would love if Celtic could sign this guy on a permanent deal in the summer because he's just fair enough. Wine up merchant like Scott Brown, but I felt sorry for him yesterday because he was trying to clear his lines for that second goal, but it was obviously the howler from Dane Murray. But we're not gonna throw Dane Murray under the bus because, as I said, done well in Stuttgart, got back well in the second half of the game. But Araho, absolutely class he is. Just so much Izagiri vibes off him. And you know, you could see that even though there was a misstraight pass yesterday, you could see that he was annoyed about it. He annoyed he couldn't get onto it or went out with it actually. Just like the guy. Really like him. Really, really like him. You know. Hearts got that's a tough one, isn't it? That's a tough one. Hearts got Kilmarnock, we got Motherwell the same date, exactly. Like I wouldn't be thinking too much into what like I wouldn't go out my way to watch Hearts games because they're now hopefully that Hearts will drop points. Hopefully they will drop points, but time will tell. You know, do they have the leaders in that squad? They don't have the experience of winning a title, you know. They just have that belief at the moment that they're doing well and they're scraping results and that, you know, it's hard to knock a team off once they're chasing the league, but it's up to us as well to keep playing air football to our level, to a better level. Stop thinking of the outside noise. Stop thinking about league titles. Just playing, going out there and doing your job, getting the 3 points, and then the league will take care of itself. Once you win games and hopefully teams around you drop points, you know, don't start building up like, oh my God, we're going to win this. I know it's hard. It's hard because it's obviously my job to talk about on the channel, talk about, we could do this, we could do this. Said yesterday, get me a little bit of hope that we're still in it. We're still in it. Mathematically, we're still in it, you know? Um, that's it. You know, they just quick enough. It's quick enough. It's quick enough how quiet he went when Tierney scored. I want the Motherwell manager. So do I. I want the Motherwell manager. And I'm sick of people saying, "Oh, like anyone that's going to come in is going to be a yes man." Obviously, they're going to be a yes man because they're getting to manage it. They're getting to manage a phenomenal club, and like going from Motherwell to Celtic is a completely different level. You know, um, and you got to think about these people on the board are your bosses as well. So what you're going to be against your bosses within a couple of months if you don't get backed. If they turn around and say out straight, say, right, look, we're going to give you 25 million in this transfer window. This is what you can do. This is what we're looking at in regards to wages. You know, before we can look at players, we need to get rid of players, and that's what you do. You need to clear out the players that are stealing wages. Like Iheanacho has an option to renew him. I'd be getting rid of him. Big Tam, no. Adamu, no, not good enough. I hope he proves me wrong. I hope they score in this run in. Kind of like what Samaras done. Remember when Samaras came in 2007? He scored vital goals for us. That's what we need. We need someone that gets them goals. What a season that was, 2007, 2008. One of the best seasons ever. Mavuka, haven't seen much of him. 45 minutes. What a waste. What a waste of wage as well. So on a different channel this morning, I was shocked. Some of the dodgy flags they had during yesterday's games, red card material. Like I sure there was one where it said release the Jock Stein files and all. They're all sickos. They are absolutely delusional. They're delusional. They were singing about, you know, that word that starts with P. That's what they were singing about yesterday. They're obsessed. They're absolutely obsessed. While they support the royal family, and we all know who's in the royal family who's in big trouble with the law. We all know that. It's crazy stuff. I seen the video clip going around of is it Edmondson's house where the penalty incident, and they're like the baldy guys kicking the bin in the place. The security's gone mad. They're delusional, absolutely delusional, and I hope we pump them at Celtic Park in the league, and I hope we pump them on Sunday. Honestly, I hope we pump them on Sunday. I just think with a bit of optimism, you need to change it around. You need to, bring McCown in. Maybe start Rio HATATE. Start Rio HATATE on Sunday. Play McCown on Wednesday night. And then see where we go. Look at Rio HATATE scored some crucial goals up in Pittodrie. I think Luke McCown scored up in Pittodrie against Aberdeen as well for Celtic. I know he's definitely done it probably for Dundee. Hearts will bottle it. McInnes lost the plot already. Well, you may turn around and say he's lost the plot, but they're still top of the league. They haven't lost the plot just yet. Definitely not. Celtic will finish the Sefco season next weekend. Hope so. Danny Rowe was crying at the end of the game. Wouldn't even shake Martin Neal's hand properly. To this little, guy's a dickhead. Danny Rowe's a dickhead. Thinks he's bigger than he is. He's never won a fucking trophy in his career. What? Being a manager? He's never won a trophy. There's a guy that's coming in 74 years of age on his birthday running over to stop a fight. Martin's a humble man. Humble man. And still coming up with the ingredients to take Rangers on in their own fucking shithole of a stadium. Cesspit. Absolute cesspit of a stadium. Places falling apart. Kip of a stadium. And you go on and it's gas because you're talking to Rangers fans, the type of work I do, you get them coming in and they make it Ibrox to be beautiful. I'm like, mate, it's a fucking rundown factory. Stay of it. Celtic Park needs a bit of a lick as well, but come on. That board needs to get themselves together. Well, it's It's been a good. It's been a good. It was good. It was a good point. It was a good point. Um, big point. Big point. It just shows that they 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 might crumble from that point. Their confidence might be down now, and Celtic might build momentum from them. As I said, Sean Maloney, Fozzie, and Martin Ian must have had brave words with them. I'm sure Callum McGregor as well had words saying, "Look, yes, we're getting bullied off the ball here. We can't even get the ball past our own half, but let's get into this. Let's show them if we're losing this league, we're not going out without a fucking fight." And it was a good fight. It was a good fight. I wish the penalty was earlier on in the game because we never know. We could have been 3-2. Could have been, but take the draw. Take the draw. So 41 people tuning in. There's 32 people over on YouTube. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. 11 people over on Facebook. The Facebook folks, just give us a comment below. Say hello. Say hello. Tell us where you're tuning in from. Glasgow, Dublin, Donegal. To the guy that came into my job today, that watches me podcast. Thank you very much in your Donegal top. I didn't want to say it. And he turned and goes to me, "You do a Celtic podcast, don't you?" I was like, yeah. He's like, hell. That made me day. Like that kind of stuff makes me day. Like, I say to people all the time, it's a hobby for me. I don't really make much money off it. So it's all about coming on, engaging with you, seeing what you're feeling after the point yesterday, was the most important thing. Can sense that there was a hammer blow to them yesterday. 100%. Even in the stand, you could see with them. Like, did you see them celebrating when HATATE's penalty was saved and then we scored the rebound? Unbelievable stuff. Right at them. Right at them. Back on the 22nd of March 1986, we drew 4-4 with the Bones at Ibrox. And then we went 5 points behind Hearts, and then we went on to win the league. That was a 36 game season. I pulled stats up already. So Celtic that season actually lost 5 games that season in the Love Street season. 5 games they lost. And obviously winning the league in Paisley, final day of the season. Should wear that jersey, actually. Love that jersey. But yeah, unbelievable. Danny McGrain was on absolute fire that day. Paul McStay, Brian McClare. I actually got to meet Brian McClare once. He was doing a Q&A in Dublin, up in Cabaret. And a big shout out to Tony from the Four Tims podcast. Tony invited me to the event, and I have to say, it was brilliant, well organized, and a big shout out to Tony. Good lad, he is one of the most passionate Celtic men I've ever met, and he absolutely loves the board. If you haven't seen the podcast, the Four Tims podcast, I've actually had Tony on this podcast before. He's a good lad. Shout out to Tony. 2 weeks on the trot, Motherwell manager has been at our games. I'm sure there's a conversation being asked. Let's just check the odds. Let's go on and have a look. Let's have a look. Next Celtic manager odds. Big Jens, the Dane. Ask you. What the hell? I type in next Celtic manager and the next website comes up. I don't want next. Not doing a bit of shopping. Jesus. This is... So it's the sound better, folks, since I start using this microphone. Is it crystal clear? You might hear the odd person walking past on my road screaming. They love argy bargy around here. I'll tell you one thing. Let me see. We'll go on to this now. We'll have a look. See what's happening. Right. So this is the wrong website. Good luck. I don't want to see about Spurs and let's see, manager specials. What is the one there? How old is this? 3 days ago. Bet365. Let me see. See what's going on. There you go, folks. 10 to 11 on Bet365. Ask you is Martinez 9 to 4, Ange 12 to 1. Ange is not taking it. Ange isn't taking it. Oh, wait, this is 23rd of February. Hold on. I'll back out for a second. See, can I find a proper one? That's 8 days ago. Today. Let's see. Check Sky Bet. Sky Bet is always the best bet for the best bet. Celtic manager for the first game of 26 to 27 season. Come on. Web page. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Sorry about the delay, folks. Trying to get into this web page. It's like being on dial-up broadband these days. There you go. Askew is 6 to 5. Martinez is 9 to 4. Martin O'Neill 17 to 2. De Zebri, I don't mind. Roberto De Zebri, I've talked about him a couple of times on my channel. Sean Maloney 11 to 1. Ange 11 to 1. Kieran McKenna 11 to 1. Darren Fletcher, one touch him. Robbie Keane, I've already said my opinion on Robbie Keane. He's experienced, but a lot of people don't want Robbie Keane near Celtic. I can understand that. Why? Brian Barry Murphy, Cardiff City manager, originally from Waterford. Scott Brown, Odigota Solskjaer, Lee Carsley, Craig Bellamy, Newton. Newton's not going to touch Celtic. Damien Duff, David Gray, Hibs manager. Stephen Bradley, Shamrock Rovers manager. Neil Lennon, he's still squeaking around about, backing the board at times, and then saying, "Oh, I don't know, something broken down this summer." The facts are the facts, Lenny. Stop picking up for the board. You're not doing yourself favors picking up for the board. At the end of the day, the fans are the most important people here. The fans. Some fans don't agree with the board, and that's okay, because in the day it's all about business. It's all about getting your money's worth back. I've got the 86 replica top just on now. Brilliant. I love it. I absolutely love that jersey. It's a cracker. So see all the Umbro jerseys, like Umbro were unbelievable. Umbro were one point in the 80s and the 90s, even the early 2000s. They were the best shorts out there. They were the best shorts, ahead of Nike, ahead of Adidas. Umbro was running the L shop. You had Celtic, you had Man U, you had Ireland, you had England, you had Chelsea. Like Umbro had decent clubs. Now West Ham are sponsored by Umbro, I think. Bournemouth are Umbro. Won't talk about the other team across in Glasgow who are Umbro, but no. Celtic have this deal now. Just speaking of jersey sales, Celtic made 34 million last year in jersey merchandise, right? This year, we have made 36 million quid off jersey sales, right? Well, this is 2025 stats for the full year. And then the previous year we were 17th in 24. In 25, we are 20th. And we are still up revenue of 36 million in jersey sales, and we're still in the top 20 in the world. In the world for jersey sales. It is absolute ludicrous. But it's the days of getting a home top for 2 years is gone. I miss them days. I miss having the same hoops for 2 years. I miss the days where you had an away kit, and then that away kit would be used as the third kit the following season. Them days are gone in football. It's just gone down to complete greed from all these manufacturers and these clubs. And you know who started this? This is Real Madrid's fault. Real Madrid were the first club to be changing their jerseys every single season, the 3 jerseys. Started with them, and then Barcelona followed the trend, and then other clubs start following the trend. Just madness. I don't know if anyone has seen the Aventus 4K. It is an absolute beautiful top. Beautiful top. If Celtic were in the English Premier League, we would be the biggest club in the world. I think we would be up there, 100%. I think we're our fan base. See, they'll never want us in the English Premier League because the police they don't they want don't want Celtic near English football because of our political side as well. It's a problem. Like if Celtic were going to English football and be in the Premier League, like give it about 2 or 3 years, we would be up there. We just need someone to come in and buy us. You know, someone from overseas and buying us. You know, Willie Hawkey's trying to get 5% as a stake. So looking that he wants to throw 10 million into shares, so we can actually get someone on and challenge the board and decisions and stuff like that. Come on, the hoops. How's it going, Tommy? I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing good, Tommy boy. Very happy Monday night. Hope you how you feeling after that result yesterday? Are you optimistic? Are you still feeling we're gonna win? We're gonna lose the league? Let us know. Let us know in the comments, folks. Let us know. How a scale 1 to 10 are we gonna win this league? Give us an 8 out of 10 if you well, I still think we're there. A 4 out of 10, you think that, there's a small bit of glimmer of hope and you're just winging it by game. Let me know in the comments. Motherwell manager was in the stand yesterday. And I think he left early, actually. I think he left about 10 minutes early, if I'm correct. Ask you. Top manager. He's not, like, I know people are saying, oh, how's he a top manager because he hasn't really won anything. It's just his play. And some people are saying, well, he's not going to get with it. He's not going to get away with that Celtic heat. He might have a continuity of squad in there that play for him. But what if he comes into Celtic and just doesn't work for him? What if we take that gamble and it doesn't pay off? Well, I will say is on his defense is if you get him in the summer, you have to have patience. We got Nancy and Hat with you a season, folks. You have to have patience. Now Snoop Dogg ended up investing in Swansea. He did. He's all talk. He's a gobshite. Phenomenal rapper, but he's just a fucking gobshite. Saying he was going to come to Celtic Park and all that. A lot of absolute shy. Heart says yes, but my heart says no. Your head says your heart says so. Your heart says yes, but your head says no. Is this what you're trying to say? I don't know. Like, I can't come to grips with losing 7 games in a season and expecting us to still win a title and hoping that Hearts fall to Sunders and Rangers fall to Sunders. I'm not really worried about Rangers now. Once we win this game in hand, and if we beat them in the cup, I think that will mentally fuck them up. To be honest with you, Oh, Hearts. I get you now. Apologies. Welty and Calvin Miller were at the game yesterday too, were they? Didn't see them. I thought McInnes was going to be at the game. I didn't see him at the game yesterday. That's a slagging Snoop. He's not Compton. He's Long Beach. Different place. Dre's Compton. The Dre in the game's Compton. Wear this baseball top around Compton, singing "Hail the Celts" are here. We'll have a great defense. Something Celtic don't like. We had a great defense. If we had a great defense, we would be on top. 100%, Andrew. 100%. Yeah, but we're not because we've caused our own errors, and I think, as I said, the football hasn't been great under Martin O'Neill. In this second term, he's came back. Like, look at us against Hibs. We absolutely flopped it against Hibs at home. That just shows it. I think it's the home games that are an issue here, folks. I don't think it's the opposition. I think it's the atmosphere. That's the problem at home. Like, you're playing, like you're getting more atmosphere out of Celtic fans away than you're at home at the moment. And that's my concern as well. I think fans just need to start fucking singing for the full 90 minutes. Not this singing "Come on the Hoops" for like 10 minutes and then it's gone quiet. Start singing it. Believe me, If you're going to sit there and back your team, start singing for your team. Keep saying this, folks. If I had an opportunity to go to Celtic Park and if I wasn't busy weekends, certain weekends, I would be looking forward to going. Even though it's just at the moment, the vibe around the club, we just need to forget about the board. We can't do anything with the board until the end of the season. You can keep pressuring and pressing, but why we all support Celtic? Because we want to see our team being successful, and they need to be successful on the pitch. And this is why Callum McGregor's came out and said that has affected the team. The goal difference worrying. Let me look at the league table. Actually, let me have a look at the league table. We'll have a look at the goal difference. You know, I don't summarize goal differences. I just go by points. But we'll get to that. Let's have a look. Goal difference. Oh, you're right. Hearts have 7. Right? Yes, they're 8 points clear at the moment. We have a game in hand. We could crawl it back to 5 points. Look at this guy. See this guy. This is Celtic's biggest, most stupidest thing they've never done was go in and acquire about this guy. He had a 9.3 rating. Like, another 2 goals. So what's that now? Is he nearly on 20 goals for the season? 20 goals. Just absolute madness. I'll go in and have a look at his stats, actually. There. 16 goals. I think he's on 20 goals in all competitions. Like, look at that. Tierney's joined with Calvin Miller in the table. Let's have a look at all the goal scorers. Maswanise, 16. Claudio Braga, 12. Braga's been a great player for Hearts, isn't he? You know. Shanklin was on 11 until he got injured. Kieran Bowie, he's gone now. He's off. Days in my 8 is 7 goals. Doesn't even feel like he scored 7 goals. Sad to say. But yeah. Trying to see. Yang's on 4 goals. Johnny Kenny's on 4. Tierney's on 4. Ernie Ingles 4 goals as well. Who else? Just tell you what, I'll just go into the Celtic stuff. It's easier. But he really needs to step up. Like, yeah, he stepped up yesterday and scored the goal, and it was good that he did score that. Just look at Celtic wise. 2 seconds, folks. Let us know if you can see this. Should be able to see on the screen now. Let's go, Keats. 50 people tuning in, folks. Goal difference is a worry. We'll see. Just because we came back and got 2 goal draws doesn't mean we're going to win the league. We won't. It's a good point. Actually, speaking, it's Billy McNeil's birthday today. So, my thoughts and prayers will go out to his wife Liz, and I know I think it's his grandson that sadly passed away a couple of years back during lockdown. I think it was in Amsterdam. Tommy Gemmell as well, is it? Tommy Gemmell's birthday as well today, is it? Or am I wrong? Or did he pass away around this date? Passed away in the 2nd of March. Tommy Gemmell did. That statue, by the way, is lovely. Of Tommy Gemmell. What a man. The only Celtic player to score in 2 European Cup finals for us against Inter Milan and Feyenoord. Scored in the Stadio Nacional in Lisbon, and then scored in the San Siro as well. Let's see. If we can win this game on Wednesday and the other games before the split, then we can play we'll play each other. Hopefully, by the last game of the season, we are in for the shit winning this league. So I'm saying, Jim, I'm just winging it every single game, man. I just, when every game, look, we still have 10 games to play. 10 games to salvage this. Adamu looks like a part-time traveller who just landed 100 years from the future and wandering around the park. He's brutal. He's absolutely brutal. I wouldn't. I think he's a waste of a jersey, to be honest with you. Good evening, Dougie. What's the story? Hope you're getting on. 44 people tuning in. Thank you very much over on Facebook for the likes. So shout out to Jinty Smith, Tracy Gray, Nathan Mefford, John Hendry, Louise Doherty, James Linus, Colin Keeney, Nikki McAllen, is it? And while I was in the pub yesterday, I think I could be wrong when I say this now. I met a guy who watches me channel, and he is a relation to Frank McGarvey. I think he was his son or his nephew. Now, I hope he comes on one of the nights and says, Keith, I'm my son. But I was speaking to him yesterday, and I was like, look, obviously, I hope your family's doing okay. I know Frank passed away a couple of years ago. An absolute legend for Celtic as well. What a humble lad. It was just nice for someone to come over whose relation. He was actually a spit of Frank McGarvey as well. I was like, oh my God, you actually look like him. It's crazy. But yeah, good to get random people like that tune in. I'm going to say this as well on the channel. I know this is a bit weird, but if anyone has a business and is looking to looking for a sponsorship of the page, be a sponsor of the page, please get in touch. I'd be happy to put you as a business up and stuff like that on the page, because there's a lot of pages out there that have a sponsor. I think I'm gonna start looking at getting a sponsor. I was out in Ayr on Saturday, so a big shout out to the Market Inn in Ayr. Went out on Saturday, and shout out to the barman Harry, absolute gentleman. He was an absolute lovely guy. Shout out to his mate Aaron as well. Aaron was absolutely dead on. These guys watched the channel, and I was just chatting away to them, and what a great little Celtic pub, the Market Inn as well. Unbelievable. Birmingham City getting beaten by Middlesbrough. Is Kyogo starting? Used to meet Frank in my local bookies, get tips off him. Must be Paisley, is it? Or Easterhouse, one of them. Birmingham City. See. But yeah, I have to say, it was nice going to a different pub. Kyogo on the bench. Borough are looking to get up. Borough are looking to push for promotion. I think Eddie. Oh, I see. Frank, what a man. The European Cup in the background, by the way, as well, folks. Got the ball run up as well. We still got the little clover as well. Look at the clover, like. I put a bit of effort into the background with Kurt Cobain and the scarf. You just can't really see. There's a badge there. There's an Easter Lily badge with a Celtic crest pin, and then I have the 2020 first Adidas jersey we had. The 40 clover fell off the back of it, so I just pinned it up on my little board there. So it's just up there. You can kind of make it out. Oh Jesus Christ, these cameras kind of make it out. See you there. Trying to do it. Just there it is there, right? Just pointing at it. But yeah. So look, all to play for. Simple is all to play for on Wednesday night. We need to go up there and win. Simple as. I might do a watch along for it on Wednesday night. I might do a watch along like I done for the Stuttgart. I'll see how I feel. See how I feel on Wednesday night. But I will be back on tomorrow night for the podcast anyway. Be a short podcast, probably about half an hour pushing. But anyways, folks, I'm going to jump off. Really good chatting to you all. Thank you very much to everyone that's tuned in across Facebook and YouTube. All I ask is, if you want to buy a membership, it's 99 pence. I really appreciate if you wanted it. Or if you could subscribe, it's free of charge as well. Every comment from you tonight has been crucial. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow night, folks. Let me just have an early night and refresh the batteries. Hell. I'll leave you with this as well. These little pictures. Get in. Yeah, look at Martin. Look at Martin. Look at that passion. Look at that passion. Unbelievable. And then we'll put this up. We'll put this up because it's a blast in the past.
I'll tell you one thing. Proud of my Rangers, but the only thing that annoys me about the whole game, if I look at the whole game in a whole, is Rangers didn't start half well, Simon. The first minute we had a wee chance when Kent cut it back, and then we died. But I'll tell you one thing, Simon. I seen one thing in that game that really made me proud of my Rangers, and I love my Rangers.
That's what we like. We like a hard man.
Yeah.
And I remember guys like Terry Hurlock,
My pal.
Ian Ferguson.
Exactly, we've no got it.
We don't.
Oh, never get finished.
Yeah! Can you see us there? Yeah! Can you see us there? Yeah! Yes! We are the fucking people!
Right, folks, I'm off. Speak to you all soon. Hell.